So maybe ASICS is going to really pull out all the cards in 2023 for the ASICS Metaspeed Sky. Oh, I should mention the Sky. Let's go. Let's go. Shimmying in, but not with those guys. They're sitting against the wall, everybody. Just walked out of my office. What do I find? A bowl of pineapple. Thank you, true love. Oh, she's thinking of me out here, down here, pounding ground. And that's my favorite fruit. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Pineapple on pizza any day of the week. All right, let me just take a little bite here, boost that blood sugar. Here we go. I don't know where it is, everybody. The ASICS Metaspeed Sky, not this shoe. This is the Sky Plus. You remember what ASICS said, so I don't know where. I couldn't find it in the archive. It might be on a photo shoot right now. It's the orange colorway, remember it from 2021. So these are 2 marathon or half marathon road racing shoes. I guess you could do a 10K, wouldn't be my first choice, but there you have it. This is the ASICS Metaspeed Sky Plus in a perfect colorway, might I add. Very close running shoe battle, all right? Keeping in mind that the scoring system continues to dial in 2022. And speaking of road marathon races, here is some footage. Hopefully I can find it, put it on the screen from Rotterdam, all right, where I set my marathon PR. Not in that shoe, but I did find this sweet U.S. Olympic Training Center jacket, which is located just about an hour south of where I'm standing right now. It was discarded after the marathon on the streets of Rotterdam. Somebody used this as their warm-up jacket and left it on the streets of Rotterdam. You better believe I swiped it up. Anyway, it was a good time out there. All right, let's dive in. Here we go. Twist it. Again, I can't do the twist test for the Metaspeed Sky. Pretty not twisting compared to, okay, this is not the battle today, but let's do it compared to this guy. Endorphin Pro 3 from Saucony, twisting a lot more. I'm gonna say 2 or 3 geese across the screen for that guy, okay? There is the drop for both shoes along with the stack height. Soak it in, all right? I think it did bump up a little bit. Yes, I do believe so, all right? They put a little more volume, a little more girth. We'll get into that into the midsole. Weight, I'm not even gonna fire it up because I don't have the other shoe, all right? There's the weight on your screen. Winner is the old shoe, the Metaspeed Sky, by frankly quite a bit. It kind of went the other direction with respect to weight in 2022. Everybody locked down, going to Metaspeed Sky. Overall score for the upper though, I leaned in the direction, I think for me, breathability. That was the main reason. Also a little more comfort in the inside of the shoe, the liner, the inner lining on the inside of the shoe, just a little nicer hug in the back of that heel counter. That's why the overall winner for the upper went to the Metaspeed Sky Plus. Very similar uppers. They change, just a small little minor detail changes. It is not a full gusset or semi-gusset on that tongue. Not saying I love these laces. Some people love them, some people don't. I'm not quite in the camp that I love the ridges there. So you just keep it in mind. You might want to switch out those laces if you pick up this shoe in 2022. All right. In the Sky Plus, it's an updated and completely reimagined geometric shape. And again, this is where I wish I had it, but I do believe this is my caliper here. I'm just measuring. We're looking at, hold on. Oh, we are not in millimeters. Yes, we are. Let me just zero this out. Hold on. I'm sorry. Bear with me here. We're looking at 109 millimeters across. Basically, I'm trying to find the widest part of the forefoot. I do believe we got a little bit wider in that landing, and just more midsole foam, which of course is going to increase the weight of the shoe. Ride and energy return though, I did because so the weight goes up, but the ride and energy felt a little bit better compared to the original Metaspeed, just a little bit. So good work, ASICS, putting more energy through the foot strike in the Sky. Plus, and that overall midsole score, you're picking, if you really pay attention to these running shoe battles, upper right hand corner for the full playlist, I think we're almost at 30 videos now in that playlist, is the girth or the volume. Basically how much that's why the Alpha Fly, remember I raced in the Alpha Fly in Toledo just to test it out. It was my first race in the Alpha Fly and it was a little clunky. That's why I'm going Metaspeed Sky, the orange one, for the overall score of the midsole. I just don't like that clunky feel under step. That's why the Next Percent 2, it's not here, is still my favorite marathon racing shoe. It's streamlined, it's crisp under step, it doesn't feel like a boat. Keeping in mind, I'm a little guy, all right? So maybe you're 6 feet tall or 6'6" or whatever, maybe you want a little more shoe under step. At this point in the game, companies are starting to test out how much midsole, special midsole and carbon plate can we stuff into this midsole without making it too clunky. And I think we're trying to find that balance. It's a pendulum. It swings one direction. We go from 4%, to Next Percent to Alpha Fly, and then I haven't tested the Alpha Fly 2 yet. So it's like I think companies are just trying to figure out, okay, what's the sweet spot for the amount of ZoomX or Flight Foam Blast Turbo in their midsoles moving forward. Just to be a little expeditious in our filming today, we're gonna put all 3 scores for outsole, fit, and comfort on the screen right now. Okay, soak it in. All right, there's the scores between the Metaspeed Sky and the Metaspeed Sky Plus. How would I use this shoe? I definitely go, it's not gonna be my first choice for a road marathon racer. Okay, all right. We haven't done a road marathon racing matrix yet in 2022. Haven't tested the Alpha Fly 2, but thus far, it is the Endorphin Pro 3 for me, for the winner thus far. I was hoping, so maybe ASICS is gonna really pull out all the cards in 2023 for the ASICS Metaspeed Sky. Oh, I should mention, the Sky is designed in the labs, so they say, more so, and I believe them, for stride runners is the Sky, and the Edge, the Metaspeed Edge, is designed more for the cadence runner. Slightly less on the stack height and on the stack height. So it worked, the Edge does work better for me for my biomechanics. But anyway, Endorphin Pro 3 is winning thus far in 2022 for me. All right, price points, tie across the board. Really glad the price did not go up for the Sky. But 250 is pushing it in 2022. Maybe it's inflation, but it would be really nice to hug that 225 price point moving forward for our all carbon fiber plate shoes. In fact, I would just be swooping in and buying as many Next Percent 2s as you can right now. All these shoes linked below in the description from Running Warehouse. I would just stock up. Who knows? I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna do a Next Percent 3 and an Alpha Fly 3? Next year, what's the plan for the Next Percent lineup? Is it gonna be discontinued and they're just gonna do Alpha Fly? I don't know these details, Nike, but man, I'm a little hesitant as to what's the future for some of these price points in the next year, all right? So anyway, I'd be sweat because they are on sale right now, Next Percent 2's. Overall winner of the shoe battle is the Metaspeed Sky, coming in with a 7.53 versus 7.2 in this guy. All right, there's the category wins. All right, on your screen, soak it in. But just a few points on the Metaspeed Sky where I just prefer, it really comes down to that volume in the midsole and the weight, okay? Going the wrong direction in 2022. And on to that comment of the day, question of the day, Neil's special. And he's basically calling me out on the scoring system. Neil, if you're still watching, I hope you are. This is from a year ago, and it's evolved. It's improving. It's taking time because there's so many components that go into a shoe, and, you know, road versus trail, training versus racing, and then the evolution of each iteration. It's very complex. It's very complex, Neil. So here he says, "Hey Seth, great review as always. I had the pleasure to run this shoe myself the last few days and I'm just loving it." He's talking about the Metaspeed Sky. "I was wondering just on the outsole on a marathon racer should do better than this one to get a score of 9 or 10 from you." So Neil, to get a better score, it would be less rubber on the outsole, reducing the weight of the shoe while still maintaining great traction, specifically on sharp corners, on slicker pavement in wet conditions. All right, so it's that fine tuning, like how much rubber is really required on the outsoles of these marathon racing shoes, where, I mean, we're just seeing, like in the Mach 5 from Hoka, the rubberized EVA. Why not? Why not rubberize this Flight Foam Blast Turbo midsole material? Why not? And just get rid of the rubber completely. So it's a process. It's a process. And same with, it's a process for the scoring system. He goes on to say, of course, all these ratings, he says, "I mean, you just said it's perfect." Okay, no, I said it's perfect, but I'm talking here off the cuff, all right? So maybe I said it was perfect a year ago, but just keep in mind, like, it's challenging the shoe companies, who some of them do report back to me and say, "Hey Seth, we watched your review. We think you're making some good points. Thanks for this, review, and we'll take it into consideration." Not too many, but a couple people have reached out to me from ASICS, I'm thinking of, from Saucony, from Hoka, definitely. So it's interesting just to hear this feedback. Of course, all those ratings are subjective, but comparing this to what you said about the Next Percent 2 and its score of 7.5 just doesn't feel right to me. Keep up the great work. So again, Next Percent 2, I don't have it here. I'd have to look at the outsole just to remind myself. Oh yeah, way too much rubber on the Next Percent 2. Anyway, question of the day. That you got me rolling there. But again, this is where DGR, we work together, and we work together on Discord. We work together with the research team. We work together, and it's fine. And eventually passing the ball off to other people who will be able to train in and rate these shoes and race in these shoes. Pass this scoring system off to them once they have learned it and once they understand how it works. Anyway, I digress. Question of the day: cake or pie? Pie or cake? If you could only choose one, which one are you eating on a Sunday afternoon? Cake or pie? All right, that is the question of the day. And which one? What flavor? What flavor would you choose? There you have it. We'll toss it to the ASICS Metaspeed Sky full review from over a year ago. ASICS Metaspeed Sky full review right there, right there, right there. All right, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.